Hello everybody, my name is Kyrie and I'm a gamer for llama4age.com. Now before I get too ahead of myself, I just want to take some time and introduce myself and this game, which is League of Legends, so I will start with myself. My name is Kyrie and I've been doing videos for quite a while, just haven't had a dedicated channel where I upload video game videos, so I figured I might as well make one. I am currently 16 years old and enjoying life. I like playing video games in my spare time, etc., etc. So now that that's out of the way, I'm just going to go ahead and talk about this game here. This isn't actually a full game, and I apologize for that. I just didn't have time to record every single bit. But this is League of Legends, and if you've never played it, it's sort of like Dota. And if you've never played Dota, it's a Warcraft 3 mod, and everybody's heard of Warcraft 3, so I wouldn't worry about that. But basically, you take your little hero here. I am the champion, is what they call heroes in this game, and mine is called Malphite, and this is basically a tank character where I can take a lot of damage. I can deal some too, but not as much as other characters. And I play World of Warcraft, so I was used to playing those kind of characters, so I picked that champion. Now you may be thinking, oh no, I picked the wrong champion. But that's not the case. You pick a different champion every game, and you start at level 1 and you go to level 18 throughout the game. And there's a few phases, I guess. The first phase, well, I'm getting too far ahead of myself. It is 3 phases. There is the beginner stage, then there's intermediate phase, then there's end game phase. This is all in one game, so bear in mind when I refer to levels, it's not your summoner level, which you learn how to get new champions. It is your in-game level, where you level from 1 to 18 every time, and you learn your little power-ups. Okay, so before the phases, let me just jump into these spells here. At the very bottom of the screen, you see there's 4 spells. Every time you level up, you get a spell on the bottom. And at level 6, you get your ultimate spell, which is basically your champion's oomph spell. It's what everybody knows them for, and everybody runs scared. For example, mine, I think it's I knock people into the air for 1.5 seconds, and that's really good if you just need a really quick time to heal. Another thing about this, you level pretty quickly, but just a word of warning, you need to farm on these minions here, which are the little guys, also referred to as creeps, instead of going right for the characters first, because some are really overpowered at the lower levels, and it's not fun when you die over and over and over. Okay, so let me jump into the phases. Phase 1 would be beginner stage, or start phase, or start of the game, etc., etc. What you want to do is you want to run to your very end of the lanes. And if you don't know what lanes are, if you look at the bottom right map, I am the purple team, you see that there's top, bot, which is also bottom, which is the one going down from myself, and then mid, which is the middle lane, which goes straightly to their base. And at the far ends of each corners, on the top right hand corner and the top left hand corner, is their nexus. And that's what we try to destroy, and that's how you win the game. But anyway, what you do is you go to the very end of your tower, and you don't go to the enemy's tower because they fire at you. And they deal a lot of damage at lower levels. So at the start of the game, until about level 6 or so, until you get your ultimate, you want to farm these little minions and somewhat ignore these small player battles. As you see, there's another champion there, and sometimes little fights break out, but if you can, please avoid them, because they get you a lot of damage taken away. As you see, for that, I went in not even thinking, and I thought all the minions were gone, but more spawned. So more spawned there. And then here's the store, and the store here is really important in main game. You always want to be out of cash. You always want to be out of cash. I cannot stress that enough. Unless you're saving up for something big and you're close, you always want to be out of cash. Okay, so that is beginner phase. So just to recap there, you farm on the minions and don't let them destroy your tower. And try not to get into player battles because you'll either get owned or you'll just own them, and yet you'll still have to farm on minions anyway. So that is beginner phase. Interface would be around level 10 or so, where you start playing a little bit more aggressively, and you start hitting the other towers, which I'm getting close to one. We're gently pushing. What you do is you have to kill the players, and then you kill all the minions, and then you rush into where their towers are, and you destroy the towers. As you see right here, there's my tower. That's what they're trying to destroy. And a word of caution: you want your minions to go into the tower first, because they take all the damage. As you see, my tower is hurting the other people, and you get XP even if they die right in front of you. So you don't have to actually be killing them, but you want your minions to go in first. And then if there's a champion that comes near you, you need to get out of there, because if there's a champion near the tower, it starts to attack you, and that's not fun. It's not fun to die. And there you go. I just slain someone. And that's how you actually determine points, etc., etc. So it's really fun, and that would be interface. Now the endgame phase. Endgame phase is basically there's some turrets destroyed, and it's all player battles, and they're just trying to hold off the last few battles. Now you're either gonna win or you're gonna lose. And at this stage, you really need to play offensively rather than defensively, because the minions really take care of themselves, and the players tend to, well, what's the word for it? They tend to play a lot more vigorously and violently than beginner stage, because they are farming minions as well as you, but now they're going after you instead of the minions. So let's go over these lanes. That was endgame there. These lanes, the bottom, mid, and top. I don't know if this is actually how the tutorial says, but you're supposed to have 2 on top, 2 on bottom, and 1 in the middle. The solo lane is the middle one, and that's because there's only one thing of minions, and there's only one person normally, and there's less ganking. And ganking is basically if you hide in one of these little bushes on the side you see here, you become invisible, and then you wait for someone to jump by and you just jump out and attack them. And that's called ganking, and it happens a lot, and it's quite annoying when it happens, but quite satisfying once you do it to someone. Sort of like rogues on World of Warcraft, but we're not playing about this game. So, as you've been watching the video, you see that I leveled up quite a few times, and I get these powers on the bottom. These powers really, they really turn the battle for your game, and you have a total of 4 spells, and your 2 mastery spells, which the 2 mastery spells are 2 that you pick, and you always have, and you don't have to train them. I'm using heal and teleport. Teleport basically teleports you to any friendly tower, no matter how far away you are, and heals you. Now, as you level up, you train your little spells on the bottom, and that really helps you turn the tide of the battle. And the way that you train these spells is you level up and you get experience points by farming on these minions and killing champions and killing towers, etc. Now, I don't recommend just following along to get carried, but you don't actually have to be the one to give the killing blow to get some XP. You just have to be around the area. But it is pretty close, so I would stay close and at least try to help. But this video is coming to a close, guys, and I'm really happy that you came here and watched it. And you can check out more videos and reviews at llama.com, and you can follow us on Twitter at Kyrie Gamer. I'll talk to all you later.